Success should be attained. Like the woman of your dreams, if she's ever going to be yours, you'd have to do a bit more than dream. You'd have to stop sleeping. You see, that picture in your head of both of you and your 4 children, yes, the one you've bought a picture frame for, that should be worth the 6 morning alarms you need to set to get off that bed. Bro, we're still talking about success. Look, it's twofold. You have to be quiet and still enough to dream, and then whatever you arrive at must be worth more than your sleep. You're welcome to the glide. Today we'll be exploring the legend that is me. My journey to finding myself, my reason for getting up every morning. Like every other human being, I'm pretty complex. Okay, maybe I'm just a bit more problematic. One thing is certain though, I was a gifted child. I am a gifted child. I found school really easy. So the way our Nigerian school system is set up, that simply meant I was in science class. It's crazy because except for the few exceptions that come to mind now, they set up all the quote unquote intellectually sound children for science class. You know, the smart ones had to be doing physics, and I think that has to be fixed. So if you're ever going to own a school or work in that space, please do something about that. That's pretty wrong. The people I have as examples that opted to go to arts class, they're practically the best in their sets. So yeah, allow them study what they want to study, but that's beside the point. I could summarize my childhood that way. I found school easy. I don't know if to say I was socially awkward. I think it was hard for me to make friends. I was the one to dance around when I scored a perfect score, or when I got a perfect score in tests. So I don't think that was really fun for people to watch. Because yeah, I danced around quite a bit, and I could imagine I had a lot of haters. Okay, more like I was misbehaving, but yeah. Senior school came with a new facet of my life. I got into senior secondary school, or like the second part of high school, pretty curious. I think I was looking for something. I don't know. I started acting different. Now, this is not to say I lost my way, but you might as well say that. I would say this was my rebel season. I started going to things late on purpose. I discovered girls. Like, girls existed, you know. Okay, they always existed, right? But I always liked them just in my head. You know, what am I telling them? But that changed. I found the arts. I found poetry. Wow, poetry. I did literature in SS1, I guess, and 2. So SS1, senior secondary school 1, just, you know, because I have an international audience. But yeah, I did literature, and this man struck me and has been with me ever since. His name is John Donne. He did a poem called Sun Rising, and we had to learn the poem, you know, the lines, the story behind it, what message he was trying to pass, the literary devices. Boy, did Mr. Anthony do a good job. He did a good job. Let me give you a sample. How they say it, listen and be blessed. Okay. Busy old fool, unruly sun, why dost thou thus through windows and curtains call on us? Must to thy emotions lover season run? Saucy pedantic wretch, go chide late schoolboys and sour apprentices. Go tell king's courtsmen that the king may ride. I'm paraphrasing here. Love all alike, no season knows, no clime, no hours, days, months, which are the rags of time. Wow. You should listen to the whole. Okay, maybe not listen. Read the whole poem. Talking about how the sun is getting in his way, or getting in the way of him and his lover, and that exposed me to poetry, and I started writing. And then music. Oh, music came a bit earlier, and this was just in a bit for me to fit in. Um, and then that's how I found Burna Boy, and spent a bulk of my youth following the man like crazy. He's a pretty awesome musician. He has kind of always been the best in my eyes. Although I don't listen to him anymore, he is really good at making music. Fashion was another thing I picked up, and this was inspired by a certain Choen. Shout out to you, sir. So I've taken you through my entire 12 years of school. So this is pre-nursery, nursery, primary school, secondary school, and I'll just go into the parts where I'm growing into who I am now. So it's first year, and easily at this point, I want to do something in fashion. I want to be a model. I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of Cho, and come on, I have to be a freshest fresher. If you went to see you, that will ring a bell. Academically, first year was easy, so I had time to go into fashion and modeling. I could do things like Redef, the redefinition fashion show and whatnot. Cause it was easy. Well, that was until second semester. I thought I aced this semester, and then my results said otherwise. I still have beef with what they call them again, my course advisor from second year or 200 level. Yeah. I don't know if I've forgiven him, but I forgive you, sir. I forgive you, sir. I won't call your name, but I forgive you, sir. Quite simply, I have a thing with twos because it's second year now, and I find I'm studying the wrong course. By the way, I went to school to study mechanical engineering, and the choice of mechanical was simple. I found myself liking cars early on. It was an easy choice because I didn't like building drawings. They just always seems to stress me out, and I was always acing mechanical drawings, and this is all in one subject, technical drawing. I was like, okay, if I'm going to be doing any of these, so for one, engineering is sure. Like, what else are you going to be? So, yeah, engineering. What engineering? Petroleum? Not really. I don't. So it's civil or mechanical engineering, and I kind of made a decision based off of technical drawing. And there I was mechanical. I'm like, okay, I like cars, so mechanical engineering, right? And I find in 200 level in my second year that I don't want to study that. I find that I rather want to design cars. Now, as similar as this sounds, or as similar as the two concepts they're not the same thing. When I talk about car design, it's a bit more artsy for me. It's more about how the car looks and feels, the emotion that goes into making a car, what the end user feels like, how easy it is for them to use. It's ease of use, is beauty. The part of mechanical engineering that would deal with cars would be either or manufacturing, so think the engine, the body parts, or the repairs. Or point is, mechanical engineers typically design the functionality and solely the functionality of cars. But as a car designer, you do a bit of both. And you need a Bachelor of Arts to be a car designer. So I'm in 200 level, experiencing my first ever life crisis. It's not midlife crisis, but yeah, you can say it was a crisis in some sense. Right? Googling Rolls Royce every day, Googling how to pivot to become a car designer, learning how to sketch. And yeah, school wasn't just doing it for me anymore. But truth is, I'm really thankful to God, because I didn't really struggle anyway, even though I wasn't feeling the course I was doing. And I've come to know that I'm this mashup of great range, perceived potential, and curiosity. Like, I can do anything. I think I can still be anything. That's how much range I think I have. I hope I'm not tooting my horn too loudly. I think I'm blessed with this major critical skill, anyways. It's called self awareness. It's taking some time to be apparent to me, but I reckon I know myself. Maybe not completely, but a bit more than the average person. I am aware of why I think the way I think, or at least I try to think about that. I'm aware that I should know why I think how I think. And I don't think many people can boast of that luxury. I think many wonder a bit trying to find or understand themselves. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem being with myself and thinking the whole day. Yeah, I think I'm an overthinker. I may not show it, probably not act like it, but I probably think a lot, too much. I don't want to get old, but okay, not like that. It's not like only old people think. Let's kill these stereotypes. But yeah, I think I'm an overthinker. But anyway, self-awareness helped me connect the dots. My curiosity and starting things, my interest in writing and speaking, my love for aesthetics, for cars, for clothes. I mean, I love logos. I don't think I've said that. I love logos. I just like the way, I don't know. Maybe this is a whole other podcast, but I love logos. I mean, even Word documents and exam answer sheets, I like the way stuff is arranged. You should have seen my locker in school. Even here, I always put things in a particular order. So if I'm looking for something, I know it's in the top left bottom corner, something like that. I could direct you to my room and have you get something from me. So even it could be problematic as well, because if you move something 2 paces away from where I kept it, you find me pacing my room or pacing the floor looking for something that's right in front of me. Yeah. A friend once said I had an OCD when he saw the way I hung my clothes on the line. Because I kind of always hung tops with a particular color and bottoms in another color. Is that weird? I think I'm sharing too much. Anyways, I'd say around 2020, I had sketches. These are my competencies. These are the things I like. The options were narrowed down. Easy peasy. Easy. Then I met the one. Bro, you haven't seen anything like this. Okay, maybe you have. You've seen this scenario so many times, but not with this my person. You know how many a time waiting we define for Sokoto, just day our Sokoto. That's the scenario. That is the scenario. Man had been blind to this treasure he had close to him all the while. The crazy thing is, I'd known them all my life, and that's courtesy to my parents. We always went to visit. I'd say I'd been steadily becoming aware of them, but it wasn't until 2021 when I got to meet them. I got to meet them by myself, without parental guidance. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay. I should probably crop that out. Anyways, it took a nicely placed 6 months of my life for us to progress from being mere acquaintances to being lovers. It was 3 months before I turned 22. And then 3 months after, we're on the verge of 2022. Talk about placement. And yes, I definitely have a thing for twos. Olua, please. Olua, please. This one barking, its name is Spark. I think it's all our fault. We called it Spark. And ever since, there's not been peace. There just has not been peace. Why would we call it Spark? Okay, it's done. For all you single Pringles cringing, let me get to the point. Did you say exactly about our meeting? Me and my person. It's about my move from sketches to paintings to HD camera portraits. It's how my meeting them facilitated finding me. they help me see past the boring cycle. Be born, learn, get employed, marry, give birth, pay bills, get old, and die. Yeah. They shared with me a vision that's still so exciting. You can almost hear me grin from ear to ear. They let me see through their lenses, and boy, their mind resides so high in the sky. All I could see was the big picture, the grand scheme of things. I know you're wondering, maybe this your babe get any sister we still single like this, eh? Guy, don't worry, it's unreal to me too. I mean, so this is love. Oh my days. 2021 came with me meeting this person and then realizing there's more to life than a job or paying bills or enjoying oneself. I think for anyone that is ever hyper successful, they draw from something else. They draw from something bigger, a bigger picture, a bigger agenda. And I found that in 2021. I found me in 2021. So I would make 2 introductions in closing. I would reintroduce myself, and I'll let the world meet my lover. The one. I bet no vex. And I'm sure I've had enough. But here goes. My name is Tom George. Emmanuel Dawa named me Tom George. I am a plug for businesses, a brand strategist extraordinaire. In the world of design, automotive clothing, and brand, I am a force to be reckoned with. I am a luminary and a discipler of men. This description right here, this is why I get up every morning. I get up to live up to this resume. These past 2 years, I've gotten to meet the most important person in my life. The one. I have so many beautiful names for them. But I'll tell you one. Help me show some TGP love to Yahava. That's Hebrew for the one that was and is to come. Actually, it's a Hebrew verb that means to be. So, quite literally, his name, it's a he. His name is I Am. Meeting God literally changed my life. I find that as difficult as living can be, as shaggy-filled as adulting can be, as perilous as the times have been, there is solace under the shadow of his wings. Preach, preacher. Oh no, but really though, there is what one can refer to as a peace that eclipses understanding. I got to find myself, having found God. I get up every morning knowing I have work to do, not for me, knowing that I am a part of this bigger machine. I'm a part of this big plan to help save this world. Because boy, does it need saving. Boy, does it need saving. I have learned that there would always be pain and hate and struggling and tears. There would always be evil in this space. But through me and a couple other brothers and sisters, somebody say amen, he is able to reach the world and save it from itself again. I don't know if I've done this episode justice. I don't know if telling you about me helps. I guess what I'm doing is recommending what helped me. I mean, who helped me? This all started out with a very important question. And I think it's only right it ends about the same. So, I've got 2 questions for you. 1. What gets you up every morning? Success? What kind of success? Fame? Why? Please think about this. 2. Tell me,